Now let's talk about Betty White's legacy with a TV legend in his own right, Henry Winkler. And so you first met Betty White on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the set of it. What was your first impression of her?
The warmth and the humor, because her humor was so spontaneous. It is very sad that she has passed away, and that we have lost her energy. But her life is to be celebrated. Everything that you said, every clip you just played was genuinely funny. The woman was genuinely funny, genuinely warm, and an amazing activist for the animals on this planet.
Yeah, that was such something so near to her. She did this profile that I was rereading earlier where they went to the zoo with the New York Times. As she was just talking about her favorite animals there. She had this elephant that she loved, and that was such a big part of her life. But in Hollywood, she's so well liked and respected among her colleagues. Carol Burnett said that she said, "I loved Betty very much, and the world lost one in a million." And Sandra Bullock, who of course was in the movie The Proposal with her, told CNN, quote, "I don't drink vodka, but I will tonight on ice with a slice of lemon with a hot dog on the other side and just be okay being sad. And I'll have to buy some rose-colored glasses because Betty was that for all of us." And just can you talk about what she was like and what people viewed of her or how they thought of her clearly so highly?
So I met her in my first week arriving in 1973 in Hollywood. And over the years, when you met her, it didn't matter how long it had been in between. It was as if, first of all, you were the only person in the room. And second of all, it was as if you had seen her yesterday. She was amazing. Her generosity of spirit is the reason everybody talks about her in this way, is because her generosity was unequaled. Just an amazing person, luminous. She glowed. And that's not even hyperbole. It just is the truth.
It's not hyperbole at all. And I think another thing that's so impressive is just her staying power. I mean, she started her career in 1939. She was 17 years old, and she's had one of the longest television careers of a female entertainer. And you don't always see longevity like that in Hollywood. So how did she keep it going and have this kind of resurgence of her popularity with people who didn't even know her early work?
I would have to say authenticity, because she was always who she was. On screen, off screen, she was bluer than blue. And also will. If you want to be in the world and a contributor, then you can, as long as your body allows you and your mind allows you. And in her case, both of them did. She was she loved what she did. She loved what she did, and just was not going to give up until she had to.
And she had this amazing attitude. I saw where she was saying, if I ever start complaining, throw me out of the business, because she was saying, it's just been this amazing time. And, her friends told reporters who were interviewing her or writing about her that she didn't self-analyze a lot. She just accepted this amazing career that she had had. And one part of it that's so cool, though, is this resurgence that she had, where she attracted these fans that weren't super familiar with their past work. She had, of course, that famous petition on Facebook where she hosted Saturday Night Live. She was the oldest person to ever host Saturday Night Live. I was rewatching some of the skits earlier, and it's like what you were saying. It's genuinely laugh out loud funny in almost every single scene.
The other part of it is her gratitude just for being alive. That has a lot to keeping you grounded, allowing you to enjoy what's in front of you and not always look beyond to see what bigger or more important event or person is over somebody's shoulder.
We talk about resolutions and what you want to do at this time of year. And I think that is that kind of attitude that you just described there, the way she just appreciated what she had and she had this level of gratitude, is maybe a good one that some people should consider bringing in
You know,
2022.
I, I would like to think that America right now can use the inspiration of a Betty White, the gratitude for being alive and not not having to be so angry about everything.
Yeah. Henry Winkler, you really summed it up well. So thank you so much for joining us on this New Year's Eve and to remember
Thank you
her
for
life and her
asking.
legacy.
I'm sorry it is for this, but I am very happy and proud to talk about Betty White.
All right. And tell your dogs, Sadie and Maisie, we hope they have a great 2022 as well. Thank you, Henry Winkler.
Thank you.